which is, it seems like a lot of your work in being in this world of topology relates to identity. So how do you take that with the idea that, well, if you don't have a static sense of like, I am the ENTP and the ENTP can only do this, and you're like, well, today I feel like being the ENTP, or I feel like using that ENTP framework. How do you think about that as it relates to identity, and I guess deeper into maybe your preoccupation or interest in identity?
I view it like this. So, like, let's say you see a patch of wall and it's covered in black. And let's say that black is the INTJ personality of that person. And then it's like, it's true, I believe that that is a part of a person. But if you expand out, you'll see that there's many parts of the wall, that you are not just this black part of the wall. And so I do see it as a real part of you. Like if you look at people's lives over time, you'll notice trends. For people who are parents, they'll notice that their kids are actually radically different from one another. And so it's not like one day your kid will completely be a complete different person out of thin air. They usually have their common patterns, even if they're unaware of it. So there's this saying in personality type where they say type is not putting you in a box. It's actually telling you what the box is so that you can expand beyond your natural patterns. So once you become aware of your unconscious, you stop calling it fate. Then you actually have some ability to steer your personality in a way where if you didn't know that this was your natural inclination, you'll just continue doing it. And so I feel like type is really good for awareness of patterns. And I would say that it's okay to have a loose identity, and it's okay to have an identity, to be honest. Like, let's say being a male or female, that's a certain kind of identity. Being right-handed or left-handed is a certain kind of identification. But you don't have to take it as your only truth. That's when it starts to become like you answer everything under the realm of type. Like I ask you what cereal you eat in the morning, you're like, I eat Lucky Charms because I'm an ENTP. That's sometimes not always defensible. So I would say that it's validating to know our identities, because when we go through life, sometimes people invalidate us. They're like, it's not okay for you to be so imaginative. It's not okay for you to question things the way that you're doing it. So sometimes people need to know their MBTI type because it grounds them in when everyone else seems like they don't accept them. They realize that I don't have to mold myself into another person. I can maintain integritas to myself. Like, let's say, like for me, I have an ESTJ brother, and throughout my entire life, he's tried to change me into an ESTJ. And so now I have the language where I'm like, he wants me to be more like him. But now that I know that I'm fundamentally different in certain ways, like his way is not the perfect way of seeing or interacting with the world, then he can loosen up his grip of trying to control me. And I can loosen up with that expectation that I should be more like him. So in some ways, it actually helps you with the concept of psychological time that you're talking about, because it, like, type could potentially take away a should, which is like, I should be like my mother, or I should be like my boss, or whoever you compare yourself to. It's like, I don't have to be this person who has a different personality type than me, even if it's rewarded in the context. I accept myself as I am, and I refuse to participate in this game of being who I'm not. So it's almost like a type can reinforce authenticity.